What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today we're going to add another GPU to this rig. If you guys remember, this is called the the Cyclops rig, because it's got one white and all the rest are black cards here. So we call it Cyclops. As you guys know, we name all of our cards after X-Men. So we have these cards here. We also do have a 3060 here as well. The 3060 is mining Raven coin. These 6 1060s, 6 gig cards are mining Ethereum. So we're going to add to this setup here. We do have plenty of space available on this second HP 1200 watt power supply. We have our original one up here. The ATX power supply is only powering the motherboard, and we're running the H110 Pro Plus. So look at that, we got plenty of room for expansion. So I've been surfing the web trying to find something I want to get my hands on that I haven't already dabbled into, and here she is. We got our hands on an RTX 2060 Nvidia Founders Edition. These things look ridiculous. I can't imagine some of these people that have like 6 of these in a rig or 8 of these in a rig. These Founders Editions they're beasts. They really are. I mean, this weighs like twice the weight of 2 of my graphics cards right now. It's pretty ridiculous. So we're gonna go ahead and get a GPU hanger on them, as well as a riser, and then I already got the cables ready to go. So one for the 8-pin to go into the GPU, and then a 6-pin to go into the riser. And we'll see how this goes here. I'm eager to see what this does on Ethereum and get this hashing. In the meantime, we have 2 RX 580 8 gigs in the back here. I'm looking at a build in the next week or two. For those, we're going to be building something very similar to what we did down here with our Pixie rig. Those are all R9 380Xs, and going with an HP motherboard with the PCI splitters, and start to build out a RX 580 rig. In addition, this was a card we got about 2 weeks ago. This is a GTX 1080 OC. It is not in this rig right now because I'm having issues with it, so I need to troubleshoot that more individually and then get it back in the rig and mining. So let me go ahead and get this sucker mounted, and we'll show a little power up, and then we'll jump into HIVEOS and see what type of hash rate we get. Looks so good, doesn't it? All right, we got the RTX 2060 ready to go in here. I put it off to the side here. My understanding is these put off a lot of heat, so I wanted to put it off to the side on its own. We are using, I don't know if you guys have seen these. These are actually braided USB-A to USB-A, and these are great. These are actually 3 feet versus what you usually get, I think, is 2 feet, I believe. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it's larger. It's about 1.5 of these blue ones here. I forget what the exact measurement is, but I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested in checking them out. I've started buying more and more of those because, like, ideally the blue ones or whatever they come with that comes with the risers are perfect at like this distance, but once you start to get a little bit longer, you really wish that you had these, and they're actually not that expensive. All right, so let's power on our server power supply. We got this one on. Let's power on the ATX, and there we go. She is off, looking good. Sounds good, no wonky sounds at all. Fans are flying. I can already feel the air down here. Right here, the air is coming out. Let's look at this here. So yeah, not up top here. Not as much up top here, but right here, right on my hand, you got air pumping out of here right now. I can only imagine what that's going to put out once we get mining with this thing. Let me go ahead and jump over to HIVEOS, and we can start to see what we get. So I just thought about this, so I did power down the rig. I thought it would be fun to kind of see how much wattage that rig actually puts out. So right now, we are at, let's say, roughly 26. Where we at? Yeah, so 2,600. Let's just round there, about 2,600. So let's go back over. Let's power this back on. Round 2. Okay, we're gonna hit our power button here. All right, let's let this ramp up now, and then we could go ahead and give you guys an estimate on what this rig does. So that's 6 1060s, a 3060, and the 2060. All right, so we are up and running and mining. Let's see here. Whew, got some heat coming in there on this 2060. If we take a look over here, we have stock settings here on this 2060. 118 watts. Nothing put in for any of our overclocks. And it's actually staying rather cool at 57. And it's at 28.24 mega hash, which is nothing to write home about. So I'm going to go ahead and get some overclock settings in place. In addition to that, let's see, our watts right now, we estimated 26. We're now, or I'm sorry, 2,600. So now we're at 3,405. So it's about, let's say it's about 850, I'd say, 850 watts right now. Let's see, the 400 plus another 400, yeah, 850. So that's a good estimate. We'll go from there. So let's squeeze back in here. And let's get our overclock settings in place, and then let's see what we can get out of this card. Okay, so here's what we decided on. I went with, as a first step, absolute core clock of 1100, memory core clock of 2400, fan of 90, power limit of 125, and then I always like to do the 40-second delay for the overclock setting, especially during a reboot. So let me go ahead and apply this. And then let's get up, let's see here, let's get up Hive Shell, and I'm eager to see what we get. We were at like 28, mid 28s is kind of where we were at. It looks like, hey, cool, our Nvidia settings did apply there, so that is good. So we are about mid 28, so let's get this up. Okay, and we'll do MOTD watch. And we're on NB miner. Okay, so it looks like, okay, already we're at 29.53, 33.42, so that's great. So we're up 5, I'd say about 5 mega hash so far. Is what things are looking like right now on this 2060. Temp staying pretty good, 55, which is great. We got 2 accepted shares, which is awesome. Let's see where we go. So we were at mid 28s, we're up to 33.42, 33.43. So we're kind of stabilizing out at mid 33, which is still good. Definitely still good. If we go to what to mine right now, and we select a, oh man, 2060, there we go. So a 2060 is estimated at 30 Ethereum, or yeah, 30 mega hash at 120 is what they're calculating at. So let's go ahead for ourselves. We're going to do 33.43, and let's see. HIVEOS has us at, I got to refresh that. Just eager to see kind of what the Windows says here versus there. See, that has us at 80 watts. So that's an estimate. Definitely not believing that 100%, but we'll go with it for now. Is that right? Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So let's do calculate here and scroll down. Okay, so that puts us Ethereum at $2.10 per day. If we go down a little bit more, yeah, so off of our electricity usage, 218 minus 14 cents a day, $2.04. That only puts us at $61.11 per month with this. So if we do that, 61.11 times, well, actually do $2.04. That's actually do a little bit better. 365. So we're making $744.60 off of this GPU alone per year right now. So yeah, I definitely want to play around with some other overclock settings, see how we do. Now that we have this overclocked, let's go over and take a look. So not a huge difference, a little bit lower though. We're at the low, you know, we're at the low end of 34 before we were up there. So still about 800. Yeah, a little less than 800 now. So yeah, really, man, those overclock settings really took us down. So I can believe that 80-ish, somewhere right around that 80 number here. But I do want to go ahead and mess around with the overclock settings some more, see if we can get a little more juice out of this. Right now we're at 33.41. See if we can improve upon that with our Nvidia RTX 2060 Founders Edition. Thank you guys very much for joining me today. If you guys enjoyed this quick video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys do have this card, I'd love for you guys to post down below. What overclock settings are you guys using? And are you mining Ethereum? Please leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.